Hey y'all, so I'm coming back with making my request known because God told me 2 years ago that I needed to get married, that I need a husband. So it took me about 2 years to actually wrap my head around that. God gave me the time, but now is the time for me to make my request known, to make myself available, to get out and really start dating, okay? So I'm gonna put down my second rules and what I'm not going to tolerate and demands and stuff like that, laying down the law, because apparently God said I need to go ahead and make it known. God said he's doing things publicly with me because that's just how things need to be done right now this season in my life. So here we go. This reads, I have already been through 20 plus years of dealing with chauvinistic men in the church, okay? And out of church, in church and out of church. So men in the church, they can be chauvinistic and very hateful towards women actually having any kind of independence. And so can men outside of the church. Thugs on the street can also feel like, oh, I'm going to put you in your place, you're a woman. So watch out for men in church and out of church, okay? A lot of them have been taught that they have some type of superiority or some type of, I'm better than you thing or whatever. It's a patriarchy thing, okay? And there's nothing wrong with the patriarchy, but if you're going to be negative, thinking that a woman's place is only in a few places where you say it's supposed to be, and you think, just because you make this amount of money that you're better than me, that's not the type of man I want, okay? That's not the type of man you want, in the street or out the street. A lot of the times, especially if you're doing good as a woman, they'll be very jealous. They try to beat you down. A lot of them are narcissistic, have never had mental health counseling. They've never dealt with their past traumas. So, and they expect you to be their counselor and their therapist when you've never even went to school to help them with that. But they don't care. They just want you to lay down and let them step on you. Stay away from those type of men in the church and outside of the church, because they all exist. And it's a lot more than you think. They get real jealous. So be careful if you're a young lady and you're doing well for yourself. Don't trust too many men or women with your information, because it's a lot of insecure women that will try to hurt you and beat you down and lie on you and orchestrate things going on because they see the light that God placed inside of you. They see the gift and the sweet person that you are, and they try to step on you and they get mad and jealous of that, men and women. So just be careful. Okay. So I've dealt with the chauvinistic thing, all right? Where men in church and out of church who think that a woman's place is pregnant, barefoot, and cooking in the kitchen. And no, I don't have an issue with women who like being pregnant, barefoot, or cooking in the kitchen. And for me, that would be occasionally cooking and stuff, I'm still debating on the baby thing because I haven't found a man worthy of me having a baby for. So here we go. It says, no, I don't have an issue with being pregnant, barefoot, or cooking in the kitchen occasionally. But if you feel entitled to me or my gifts just because you're a man, if you think just because you're a man that you're entitled to me and everything I say and think and do, stay the fuck away from me, motherfucker. Okay? For me to allow you or anybody in my presence, in my space, is a privilege. If I allowed you in my space, it's not because I'm naive or gullible, because you're a piece of shit who wants to plot on me. No, if I allow you in my space, it's because I actually cared about you. I loved you. I found you worthy of being in my space. That's a privilege. You understand? And it's not an entitlement. Okay? Another thing is, you do not own me. And if I am with you, I am there because I choose to be. Not because I'm gullible or naive and you can take advantage of me because I'm a woman and I have a vagina. No. If I allow you in my space, it's because I have my own mind. I have my own will. And it's because I wanted to be there. Okay? Whatever disrespectful, fucked up, foul shit you did while I chose to allow you in my space, or I chose to come around you, especially if I didn't know about it, God gonna handle you and deal with you with that, motherfucker. Okay? I don't have to tell nobody. I don't have to snitch. I don't have to do none of that, bitch, because that's not me, motherfucker. You the fake motherfucker, not me. Okay? This is talking to anybody from my past that did me wrong and dirty and they know they motherfucking did. But anyway, okay, God said I can keep on going. It says, you do not own me, and if I am with you, I am there because I choose to be. And if I am faithful to you, loyal to you, not a cheater, if I make love to you, if I cook for you, if I clean for you, if I sacrifice my body for you, knowingly, meaning if I decide to have a child, get pregnant, because that is a sacrifice. You carrying something in your body that's stretching you wide, stretching your organs, stretching everything that you are, and then you're pushing that baby out, causing friction and contractions to your belly and your pelvic area. This may be some women get paralyzed because of this, and this is how serious that is. If I choose to sacrifice my body for you like that, and some women can't push out the baby. Some people have to get a cesarean. I had twins, so I had to get a cesarean. If I choose to bring them into the earth realm, it's because I chose to. Okay, and it says, if I choose to sacrifice my body for you, to push out God-given babies for you as my husband, that means that I chose to do so. That's a privilege and an honor. That means I found you worthy because God told you. God told me you were worthy. Okay? And that you have no right. You have no right. I chose to do that. So you have no right to my body because whatever I decide to do, it's my choice. This is for my future husband, all right? And you know, if anybody from the past trying to come back, understand this. If you don't understand this, stay the fuck away from me, or God gonna get your nasty ass, period. Here we go. Ungrateful ass motherfuckers. Here we go. Excuse me. And if I choose to love you by doing these things, and I am making you a father, whether you already have children or if this is your first child, that we have twins, because that seems to be what God formed my belly to push out as twins, okay? Then understand, sir, that I am doing it because I am in love with you. If you're my future husband, I'm doing it because I'm in love with you. I love you. And I think we're going to be together because God obviously would join us together, right? God's joining us together. If God's joining us together, that means that, because what I pray for is a husband that's going to stay through the good and the bad. That's what I pray for, because that's what I do. I love hard. I love hard. I love pure. And I love for real, not for fake. All right? And if you out here playing games, you better stay where you at, or God gonna mess you up. Stop playing. Because I worship God in spirit and in truth. Yeah, I'm cussing here and there and that and the third. Well, guess what? I'm the real deal, motherfucker. I'm real. There's pastors, preachers, prophets, teachers, evangelists, missionaries. There's a whole bunch of people out there that show you one thing, but they're not going to show you the real. And this is how I feel. I work in the prophetic. I'm not claiming to be anything in the fivefold. My name is Cache Monet. That's what I was established as. An artist. A musician. That's what I was established as. And that's how God wanted it. I was presented to the world as Cache Monet. And that's who I am. Alright? But I do work in the prophetic. And I do know that since a child. My grandma confirmed that. Everybody confirmed that all my life. Ever since a baby. Alright? Ever since a child. That's what people know me as. Working in the prophetic. And of course, you know, they talk shit when you mess up or whatever, but who cares? I'm here and God put me here and I ain't going nowhere. So anyway, and whatever God wants to establish me as in the future, I trust God, so I'm with it. Anywho, talk that shit somewhere else. Then it says, yeah, I'm doing it because God said I could trust you. So if I choose to do any of that, if I'm becoming your wife, because God said I do have to be married. He said that 2 years ago. And it took 2 years for me to process it through my mind that that's what I need to do. God gave me some time, 2 years to process. And now I have told God I accept to be a wife and to be married. All right? God is a gentleman. So he's always going to give you time. If you choose to do God's will and you accept it, to accept it. If I did not accept it, then God would not force me to do so. because it is my body. God is a gentleman. Whoever I join with may have children, they may not have children, but either way, as a wife and you're still childbearing age, you have to make some sacrifices, especially if God confirms that that's the one to have the child with. God has plans and stuff too. God has plans for people's destinies, and God has a vision. If he's the creator, he has a plan to push out too, you know. But trust and believe, if I didn't accept it, I wouldn't have to, okay? It would be my choice. God will never force you to do something. But anywho, whoever I join with might not have kids, you know. But yeah, I'm saying all this to say I'm a sweetheart. I'm very sweet and very kind, and God said make my request known because, you know, words are powerful. And in God's word, it says you ask not because you have not because you ask not. And it says make your request known to God. Okay. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. God bless and have a good one, y'all. I'm headed to the gym, about to do my thing, and keep my body healthy, especially if I choose to have a child for my future husband. I gotta keep my body ready to push. God bless.